Welcome to episode 20 of Sound On, everyone. We got a lot on tap today, including Target stores closing all around the country. Is crime really to blame?
A lot of people talking about the Mariners. What do they need to do in the offseason to make themselves a playoff contender for next year?
And it's spooky season, all the fall activities you can prepare for.
And Tyrah and I have a special announcement for episode 20. It's all
Special
coming up on this episode.
Stick around for that.
You correctly, episode 20?
I can't believe we made it here.
I can't believe we made it here. I can't believe it too. This has been kind of like a months-long process, and here we are. When did we start this? June?
June or late May?
All right.
Yeah,
and here it is, already October.
It's
already October.
I love it. I love it. And here we are.
Here we are.
And something that's kind of problematic here for our country as holiday season approaches. A lot of people shop at Target, Steve.
They sure do. I was just there this past weekend. And you know what? I was at the store in Ballard, one of the two that's closing, because the company says it has to do with theft, safety of employees, workers, that sort of thing. And so they're closing these two stores coming up in a couple of weeks. I was at one of those stores. One of them is in Ballard this weekend. Here's what I noticed. Ready? So there was a boarded up window on the outside facing like Market Street. And once you go in the store, I counted 3 security guards right at the front, just sort of like checking you as you come in and checking you as you go out. So it's been an issue.
And of course, when we go to Targets, we see things locked up in the cabinets and you have to like bug a store associate to get simple things out of those cabinets for you, like toothpaste or laundry detergent. But it sounds like crime might have been an issue at the Ballard location, as you just described, in your personal experience. But a lot of people on Reddit actually talking about whether or not these stores are closing due to crime or if it's for another reason.
Yeah, wondering if it's actually a different reason. So I know the Seattle Times, I think, did a report on this based on this analysis of this report by the Seattle office of the city auditor. And what's interesting here is, so you have the company that's citing these safety concerns and theft as the reason for closing that Ballard store. And then there's the other one that's in the U District off of University Way. But looking at the research, according to this report, it says most calls for service to Seattle police when it comes to these areas is actually in Northgate, downtown, and Westwood Village. And the stores that are being shuttered next month went unmentioned in this July examination of the organized shoplifting in the city. So we should note that both of these stores that are closing relatively new, I think they both opened back in 2019, when Target was kind of doing this thing to open smaller, more profitable stores in kind of like urban areas where there's a lot of people that, live and shop, that sort of thing. So U District, Ballard, those are two of those areas. And here they are saying, 3 years later, we got to close these things because of theft and because of safety issues. There were some examples of that, of what I experienced at the store just this past weekend.
For sure. And I wonder why they're not closing down the other locations. I wonder what the selection process was. I mean, I look at the downtown location on 2nd, right next to Pike Place Market. I mean, I see a lot of crime in those stores, in that particular store.
Yeah.
Myself, I've seen people walk out with things. So maybe it's that Target location is good for tourism or something.
And I really wonder what is going to happen to those two locations. I mean, it's a big space, particularly the one that I'm thinking of that I was just in Ballard over the weekend. It's a big space. It's new. So is some other retailer going to go in? And I've heard some people sort of bring up this argument since this announcement was made of, there's been a lot of attention on these big name stores that are closing, Target being one of the latest examples. But was there as much attention when these stores opened several years ago and maybe might have pushed out some of the local mom and pop shop business that existed in these areas before these big name retailers showed up?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And also another point, those mom and pop shops, are we going to start to see them come back or return?
Yeah.
Where else are people going to shop? So,
I mean, I love me some Target.
Yeah.
I didn't end up getting anything just because I was looking for a couple specific things this past weekend. But I much prefer a local mom and pop shop to sort of support that local business, right?
For sure. I wonder, what do you all think? Is there a mom and pop shop that went away that should come back, a convenience store of sorts. Let us know.
Yeah, you see our social media handles there at the bottom of the screen. So that's a good way to give your comments and sort of let us know what you think about it. It's interesting. I don't know. The other thing that I thought too is that after I went to that Target store, I went to a Fred Meyer, and they were doing the same thing that they sort of do at Costco, where you go in the store, you buy your stuff, you bring out your receipt, and as you're going out the door, there's a security guard that's checking the items that are on your seat to make sure that it matches what's in your cart. I had never seen that before at a Fred Meyer store, so that was totally new. I thought it was just a Costco thing.
Or a Walmart thing. I've never seen that at Fred Meyer either. But maybe all these stores are cracking down on ways to prevent theft and other types of crime.
Yeah. I think it's the sign of the times, I think, right?
Sign of the times.
Yep.
And I was going to say, a sure sign that summer is really over. The end of an era. 2023 Mariners season.
Of the baseball season. Here we were hoping, we had high hopes at the beginning of the season that the Mariners were going to be playing playoff baseball in October.
I know.
And yeah, they missed the playoffs after breaking that long playoff drought last season. And a lot of people, look at the M's. A lot of people were talking about the comments and apology that catcher Cal Raleigh made over the weekend.
What did he say?
He issued an apology after what he said on Saturday, basically about the team needing to spend some money during the offseason to go out and get some more big name players. You have the big name players that maybe have experience in the postseason that can maybe help the Mariners get over that hump. But a lot of fans, this is what I found interesting. A lot of fans, a lot of players and analysts actually agreed with him, saying it's time for a new strategy going forward. And I thought back to a couple weeks ago when playoff status, which is this thing that calculates odds for playoff contenders, with 10 games left in the season, basically what it said is if the Mariners won 5 out of those 10 last games, they would have a 73% chance of making the playoffs. It would jump to 99% if they won 6 out of the 10 last games. And they didn't do very well during the month of September, which is why we're in this situation. But question is, what does the team need to do over the next couple months to get back in the playoff picture again?
Well, that's interesting that he said that. And I mean, what's the reaction online? Are we getting a lot of comments? Let's take a look at what people are saying. Let's see on our website here, because I personally wouldn't know.
Why is that, Tyrah?
Because I pay attention to one player and one player only.
Julio!
Shout out to Julio. But no, I thought we had a very talented team.
We do.
Someone said Cal is the backbone of this team. If the M's want to make a change, start by sending Suarez packing. Does that mean? Are they saying to get rid of him?
Yeah. I like that comment too that was just above that one. Scroll back up there. Lord help us all.
What everyone was thinking.
What everybody is thinking. Yeah, there's a lot of frustration with missing the playoffs, not just by the players who are obviously disappointed because they want to get there. They want that for the fans. Fans obviously disappointed. I'm sure the team is too. But
someone says they need to get a better and aggressive coach. Someone says, I agree with Cal. Give some people something to think about during the offseason. So in your opinion, you're a M's fan, baseball fan in general. What do the M's need to be doing during this offseason to make sure they can advance?
You're asking me. You're asking me or just in general?
I'm asking people watching at home. What do you think needs to happen?
I was kind of like, I listened to his comments over the weekend when they happened, and I was like, I agree with some of what the people we were just showing there. Is he said out loud, I think what a lot of people are thinking. There was some talk about this during the offseason last year of, maybe we didn't spend enough money to sort of go out and get some of those big name players that are out there. And I think we're seeing the result of some of that talk that we had just a year ago during this same time frame. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of weeks and months. And are we going to open up the pocketbook to spend a little bit more cash? Some of these high profile players are costly, but you got to spend the money, right?
So maybe the Mariners GM is watching us right now, and this is your opportunity to start thinking about what you all need to do during the off season.
We're going to have influence on the Mariners GM.
I know, right? I know. I mean, hey, the
You
people
never
want to
know.
know. What are they going to do, right?
Yeah.
All right. So as we move into a new season, I am actually excited for it. I'm a summer girl, but I like when the weather changes. It's a little colder.
Mm-hmm.
You get to dress warmly, do fall activities.
Yes.
We do have a couple more days of sunshine, though. This weekend, it looks like it's going to be pretty warm. Like a little sprinkle of summer in the fall.
I want to do a little throwback here. I just popped up a picture. So this is from September 15th.
Okay, in the
This
summer.
is at Golden Gardens.
Nice
see the
sunset.
beach. See the sunset. You see boats.
Why are you showing us this?
Because I think it's what I want to do this weekend. It's going to be, what, low 70s?
That brings us to Ask a Local, because I'm asking Steve right now, what is appealing about low 70s and the beach? That's cold still.
It's warm in terms of our standards. Like a low 70s day, it could easily be a beach day around here.
I get you. Okay, for those just joining us, maybe you're a new Sound On fan. At the beginning, we did the segments Ask a Local, and it's me, who's from Southern California, born and raised, asking Steve, who's from Seattle, questions that I want to know the answer to. So for me, looking at the forecast, I see low 70s. That's inside weather. Maybe a little walk, maybe a walk, but bundled up.
It's like an extension of summer. And when I say a beach day, I don't mean be there 2 hours after sunset when it's going to be freezing.
Okay.
But you got to be out there during when the sun is up until sunset, because I love me some sunsets.
Are you going to lay out?
See that? Yes.
Are you going to wear shorts?
Yes.
That I don't understand.
Bring some beverages, beach chair.
Oh my gosh.
Put some sunscreen on, of course, because that's important. Okay. And, little sandwich, pack a little picnic, and just enjoy the ambiance. Okay. People playing music, why not?
Okay. Well, I am excited for your beach day. We mentioned something about dressing. And that I can't find the list though right now, but there's this new study. I don't know if it was a study. I don't know if it was a report or a survey, but this is circulating around on Instagram right now. GQ. They've described Seattle as a rainy haze of anti-fashion nostalgia, ranking our city 34 out of 40 worst dressed cities in America.
Wait,
so
what?
We're not number one. We're not the first worst dressed.
But we're on the list.
We're on the list. I don't think people in Seattle dress bad, but I just don't think people in Seattle really expand their palettes. Let's say that. I feel like I see a lot of the same. What the heck does that mean?
What does that mean?
When I first moved here, I felt so much pressure to get a North Face, get some Nikes, because I saw everyone else wearing it, and I felt like I had to fit that mold. Then I realized, no, I'm gonna keep doing me. Don't get me wrong. I did get my North Face, but everyone was wearing like the same thing, so I wouldn't consider that as badly dressed. It's just like a rainy haze of anti-fashion.
Here's the thing. I feel like
am I gonna get hate?
I mean, there's a lot of people that move here from out of state, so maybe you won't get as much feedback, shall we say, as you might think, because we're kind of a melting pot of different areas around the country. I feel like, it's kind of a necessity thing where it's your rainy season essentials. Like you get your North Face or you get, Columbia jacket, whatever your brand of choice is. It's kind of like your rainy season survival kit, because we don't like to use umbrellas around here. So get your little rain jacket.
Raining. What about when it's a nice, warm summer night and everyone's going out to dinner?
Okay.
I see lots of people dressing very casual, like for events or venues that I think are a little bit more elevated.
Remember, we talked about this, I think, in one of our previous episodes, where it's like you go on a hike somewhere, and then we're in the mindset here in Western Washington where you can wear that same hiking gear, go to a restaurant, even if it's, not fancy like Canlis or something, but you can go to a restaurant and wear the same thing and it's acceptable. Why not?
Hey, this is why we have the segment Ask a Local, because I was curious, but I don't think I've become accustomed to that. I dress very casual myself unless I'm here at work.
Isn't that kind of nice not to have the pressure of,
It is.
wearing one thing for one thing during the day and then
It
like
is.
having to go and change
Yes.
or,
Yes.
spend so much time working on your outfit. I
You're
mean,
right.
it's important what you wear and stuff. But
And I do think people here dress nicely. So I don't want you all to think I'm poo-pooing on the city. I do see lots of cute, stylish outfits, especially during Bellevue Fashion Week.
oh, wasn't that fun?
So fun. You were there.
I was there. We went on different nights.
We did, but it was a
We
great
were passing
time.
in the wind.
Just, it was fun though.
It was fun, yeah.
I
think you can be stylish even if, you're sort of dressing for fall-like weather around here.
Speaking of dressing up.
Yes.
Halloween.
Uh-huh.
Halloween time. I don't have a costume idea yet, but I know we talked about it.
We did.
Last week, we talked about like the dead Twitter bird X costume. We talked about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Did we talk about that?
Yes, we did.
We did talk about that.
And we thought like Barbie and Ken were going to be really popular because the movie just came out a little bit ago.
Oppenheimer things. I have no idea what I want to be, but I'm thinking something more on the pop culture theme. How about you?
I don't know what I'm going to be yet. Well, first of all, I don't have any plans for Halloween, so that's number one. I don't have a party planned yet.
Have a Halloween party.
I should.
You should. You should.
Although my place is too small.
Well, we want to see your best Halloween costumes throughout the month. We want you all to submit your ideas, your costume ideas. Maybe you're working on putting something together piece by piece over the next couple of weeks. We just want to see what you have going on. And if we like your costume enough, you may win a prize. Steve, right?
Yeah. We want you to impress us with your costume ideas. And if you need some inspiration, look at these hotties right here.
Look at us. That was last year at the KOMO News Halloween contest. Our morning news team, we were 80s aerobics instructors.
Yes. And we won the station costume contest. How about that? We just kind of like threw this together.
We came in dancing to Let's Get Physical. We were doing workout routines.
I'm trying to decide whose outfit is my favorite at this picture. One, I love Kelly's look on her face in this picture. I love how Kristen has like, I guess Holly does too. She has a side pony. You got the weights, We
had the like 80s Adidas tracksuits.
You let me borrow that, I think. Wasn't that yours?
Why do I own that? Holly has like the headphones on. Like, we killed it.
The walk band.
Yes. But we really do want to see your ideas throughout the month. You, your friends. Maybe you have something that you want to show off. So you can head to komonews.com/chime in and share your photos with us. This is what that screen looks like. komonews.com/chime in. Submit your content, and we're going to feature you right here on Sounds On throughout the month. I'm excited. I am Halloween season.
I'm excited to see what people come up with. And we should mention too, like most of the Halloween parties, I think, are probably mid to the end part of the month. So if you have like pieces that you've pulled together for the costume already that maybe isn't quite complete, or maybe you're like in the sewing process or whatever, share photos of that too, because we could show the journey of what these costumes will look like as we get sort of nearing the end of the month. Again, komonews.com/chime in. Submit your photos, and we will certainly try to share those in future episodes throughout the month. And speaking of that,
and there will be a winner. Speaking of that, episode 20. We mentioned that at the beginning. Episode 20 is right now.
Yes.
And in celebration of episode 20, we have a very special treat for you all.
I feel like we need a little like drum roll.
Drum roll. I'll let you do the honors.
Of announcing?
Yes.
Okay. We are going to go live.
Woo! Our first ever live episode of Sound On in celebration of our 20th.
And when are we doing this?
Tomorrow.
Okay. That's good. That's really quick.
Tomorrow. We're going live tomorrow on our KOMO News YouTube channel.
Yes. And what are we going to be doing during said episode? Can we reveal that? Or should we just keep it a secret?
I don't know. Let's keep it a secret because it's going to be really good. We want you to all tune in for our first ever live episode tomorrow on YouTube at 11 a.m.
I'm excited, but I'm kind of nervous too.
Oh my gosh. You can't mess up, Steve.
Huh?
No bloopers.
No bloopers. Oh, we have bloopers like every week.
Everyone.
Yeah, we have bloopers every week. And when we go live, this is a good chance for you to also like leave comments that we can bring up actually during the show too.
In real time.
In real time. So we would love to share those too. So share your pictures. Even if we get some pictures of costumes. Maybe we can share those during the live episode too, which would be kind of fun.
Absolutely.
And then leave your comments about what we're going to talk about on Friday.
Yeah. And obviously on the bottom of this episode in your comment section, let us know what we should talk about for episode 21. As always, this is a two-way conversation between us and you all at home.
And I should mention, so technically Friday will be our first live episode, but it will be episode 21, which is my lucky number.
Certainly not episode 21. So.
Oh.
But that's nice for you.
It's like 20 and a half.
I'm just kidding. I was just poo-pooing on your lucky number.
Shade today.
Sorry.
It's fine. I still love you.
Thanks all for watching.
We'll see you next time.
See you tomorrow.
Yes, join us tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.